truth.
Okay. I got truth on my mind. Truth on my mind. I got truth on my mind. Truth on my mind. I got truth on my mind. Truth on my mind.
Hey, listen, you are now rocking with Mickey Truth. She live up to her name, not the fame. So make sure y'all subscribe to her channel and stay updated on what's real. Bye.
Good reporting ass Mickey.
We love you, Mickey. Mickey talks the truth.
Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to pull up on your girl Mickey Truth. We is live with it. Y'all already know all information contained on this live is for entertainment, heavy on a mother effing entertainment, educational purposes only. All information used on this live is per the Fair Use Act, and any conclusion that you draw is on you and your mama, not nobody on this channel, this panel, or in this chat. And another disclaimer for those who have not read the description to my channel, I am not a lawyer. Nothing I say should be used as legal advice because it's not legal advice, okay? If you do need legal advice, however, you can go talk to an actual licensed lawyer or attorney of your choosing, all right? And like the disclaimer says in the video, that you can actually see the consequences of anything that you try to run with from the channel is definitely on you, all right? So with that being said, hey, just sit back, enjoy my opinion based off my free thoughts of what I'm listening to. And y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat. Let's get started.
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. What's up, Truth Team? What's up, Miss Me with that BS? Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe over there with Miss New York. Dimples, what it do? Y'all, I don't know. I felt like I just haven't been on recently. I don't know. My daughter says in my head, but I just feel like I really haven't been chopping it up with y'all recently. You know, I've been dropping content as often as possible, but it just, I don't know. This month just seemed like I really ain't been online. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like I just don't be chopping it up with y'all. So I decided to jump on. I was doing homework because boy, listen. Like I told y'all in my video I dropped last night, I had a long weekend, not even realizing the weekend ain't even over. So like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday just was too late for me, okay? So like today felt like a Sunday, Monday type thing. But yeah, then I realized tomorrow is December 1st. December 1st. This year has flown past, okay? Like flown past, and everybody sent prayers over to Miss Me with that BS. Told her father to been sick. Make sure y'all send her some well wishes. Like this year. I was watching. So while I was doing my homework, I was listening to Casanat's final stream, right? And I ain't gonna lie, he had to make me share a tear when he was saying his closing out, and I'm like, damn, what's today's date? And then made me think of it like, dang, what's today's date? And I'm like, it's November 30th. Tomorrow is December 1st. Like, what it do, Blue? So I'm like, oh my gosh. That's how I got to jump on. You know, December, we got to hit the ground running tomorrow because it's the last month of the year to finish off strong. You know, 2025 will be here in a blink of an eye. And you know, we just gonna definitely rock out. I've been scrolling through to really see what's been going on. Cause when I say I have really been offline, I really been offline on some more stuff. Like I'll pop on because I try to keep my IG story active as possible. So I'll pop on IG real quick. Speaking of IG, I need to check my messages on there. But I'll pop on IG for a second, see what's posted and share to my story. Cause that's like, y'all know that's my bread and butter, that story, you know. Over 150,000 people on a rolling 30 days come through that page and watch that story. So I try my best to post on the story every day. Even if I'm not like technically active with content, I try to keep my story active, okay? So yeah. So with that being said, let me just see something real quick. But yeah, and I was just sitting here thinking, I don't know, y'all. Like I said, it feels like I haven't really been on by, you know, I've been here just, I don't know. This month just seemed a little light. So anyway, like I was telling y'all, I'll check them later. Like I was telling y'all, we just about to get on and see what's going on. Shout out to Casanet. He's the first Twitch user I subscribed to, like paid the fee. Okay, first one, and first time ever really watching him. And he's definitely motivational for sure. So shout out to him. I couldn't have did 30 days, like 24 hours. Do y'all remember back in what was that, September, August, where I went live for 30 days? I was exhausted. So 24 hours, I would have passed out. I ain't gonna lie. And I went live off camera. He was on camera 24 hours every 30 days. That's listen, shit. But all right, let's get into it. Black Light lifestyle. What it do? Do you think Drake was involved in XXXTencion's death? I don't know. I'm gonna tell y'all this. So, well, hold on, let me find it because I actually have put it into my watch later, and we can start with that because I didn't even put that in the title, but that's something we should talk about. All right, so the guy. Oh, give me a second. I don't know what this thing doing. All right, so this guy, the convicted, one of the convicted murderers. I'm trying to do better about the wording I say. Um, has been saying this since before he went to trial. Like this was his defense from day one. So I ain't gonna lie, Black, like it make me scratch my head because before they went to trial, this has been his stance since. Like this has been his defense. Okay. So if you just now joining in, I need y'all to hit the like button. I need y'all to share this live. And I need y'all to run up the comments because y'all know we like to have conversations over here. But we're gonna start off with XXXTencion's you know, the leader, I'm gonna say the leader because I got to refrain from trying to say all these trigger words, called out Drake in appeal brief. But again, he called out Drake from the first defense. So I'm eager to see what this about. So this is Law and Crime Sidebar with Jesse Weber. I haven't attempted to look at any documents on it. I'm gonna take the shortcut this go around, and I'm just gonna see what they talking about. But I do know, okay, I do know he been saying this from day one. I will say that he has been screaming this. So, but I don't know. After I watch this, I'll let you know, Black. Like, cause I don't know. It got me scratching my head though.
As guilty as they are, because you were an essential part of that crime. When you went to spend that blood money on sneakers and jerseys, you revealed to the court the value you placed on the human life that was taken.
And you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Like when people get caught up doing this type of stuff, and then that's what they say they spend the money on. I'm like, bro, you can't even say like, you know, I had a baby to feed or something. Like you out here buying jerseys and stuff. Like, come on, like you shouldn't even be doing it. But damn, they just be throwing away their life for just the fuck of it. It's not even like a real like life or death situation in their cases.
One of the men convicted in the 2018 murder of rapper XXXTentacion is now appealing his conviction, and his legal team is focusing a lot of their attention on a major celebrity, Drake. We are going to explain the connections and the arguments as we sit down with Mauricio Padilla, the attorney for the convicted killer, Dedrick Devon Williams. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
This gonna be spicy. They got the actual attorney on here. Well, I'm interested to see what they got to say. Y'all know in the meantime, I'll be stopping. Y'all already know how these reactions go. You got to follow the guidelines, okay? So y'all just sit back. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. I'm gonna put a poll up in a minute, so y'all make sure y'all answer the poll. Let's go ahead and run it.
Dedrick Devon Williams, who's behind bars for life for murdering rapper XXXTentacion, is now appealing his case, his conviction, his sentence on the grounds that he did not receive a fair trial. And this is in part due to what his attorneys say is the exclusion of evidence that pointed the finger or maybe pointed the finger at other people. And one of those people whose name has come up is rapper Drake. So I want to quickly get you up to speed on this case before we get into these new allegations, these new arguments. Maybe they're not necessarily new if you break down this case. So last year, 3 men, including Williams,
I was about to say, this ain't new. The poll is up. Y'all make sure y'all hit the poll.
were convicted and sentenced to life in prison for the 2018 killing of the star rapper. And to be more precise, they were convicted of first-degree murder and armed robbery in connection with the shooting death of the 20-year-old artist whose legal name was Jose Onfoy. Now, the jury deliberated a lot. They deliberated for a little more than 7 days before returning a guilty verdict. This was for Michael Boatwright, Dedrick Williams, and Trayvon Newsom. Now, this murder occurred on June 18th, 2018, outside of Riva Motorsports. It's a motorcycle dealership in Deerfield Beach. It's a suburb of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And XXXTentacion had just withdrawn $50,000 in cash from a bank. He was leaving the store with a friend when his BMW was blocked by an SUV. In fact, surveillance footage from the scene actually captures this shocking moment as 2 masked gunmen, later identified as Boatwright and Newsom, emerged from the vehicle, confronted the rapper at his driver's side window. There is a brief but very violent exchange with one of the men shooting XXX repeatedly. Afterwards, they snatch a Louis Vuitton bag containing the cash that the rapper had just withdrawn, and they speed away in the SUV. Williams was accused of being the driver of that SUV. And the friend, by the way, who was with XXXTentacion during that attack wasn't injured, but he witnessed the murder. And the jury's deliberation was lengthy, but ultimately they concluded that the evidence presented by the prosecution was sufficient. It was beyond a reasonable doubt, enough to convict all 3 defendants. And that,
But now, mind you, they had video. Like, they had regular video. They had camera footage video. Like, they had a lot against them boys for sure. They did subpoena Drake. Okay, I know he ain't got there yet, but it's starting to come back to me because I got a folder. Because this case was back when I was doing folders. If you've been around the Mickey True channel for a while, I used to do folders when I was really deep into the paperwork on cases. And I actually have a folder for this case. We just didn't watch the trial, right? But they subpoenaed Drake, but Drake's lawyer argued on his behalf for him not to have to come. And the judge granted that he didn't have to come. Same thing with DJ Academics. Remember, he was subpoenaed also. He was shaking them, though, for his subpoena. So it's bringing back a lot about this case listening to this. So he did a good summary.
that evidence included the surveillance footage. It included cell phone videos of the defendants flashing cash right after the shooting. It included incriminating text messages from Boatwright, including one right after the shooting saying, "Tell my brother I got money for the new phone." And then just minutes after that, sending in a separate text message a news article about XXX getting shot. And I also have to mention the key testimony of the trio's accomplice, Richard Allen, who claimed that he was a part of this robbery and he implicated the defendants. He pled guilty to second-degree murder for his role in this killing. Hey, so before we jump into this story, I have something I gotta tell you.
And he's actually out. Okay, the defendant that told on everybody, he's actually out. I believe he got out last year. Wow.
About. I host and executive produce a show called Crime with
Yeah, we're gonna skip past that, but shout out to you, okay? Shout out to you and your podcast.
I want to bring on Williams defense attorney Mauricio Padilla. Thank you so much for coming on, Mauricio. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for coming on right afterwards. So I wanted to talk about this with you, and we're going to get into more specifics of the appeal. But overall, big picture, big theme, what are you and the rest of the defense counsel arguing here?
Well, I am not arguing it. I'm not his appellate attorney. I was the trial counsel. So I'm just referencing what Mr. Patanzo, which is his appellate attorney, has stated in the brief. There's so many errors that it takes a while to even break it down. One of the main errors in my opinion in the case, which I had to sit through, argue, and live it, was the fact that in December of 2020, I filed a witness list. The state's reaction to that was to file a motion saying, we want the court to strike all of his witnesses, that's not even something that's legal or that you could do. You have to itemize who you want stricken. You just can't shotgun approach and say, I want all of his defense witnesses stricken, but the state attorney did that. In a hearing that I had to defend, myself to that in that motion, the court didn't grant that, but the court instructed me to file a pleading, which was the nexus in my defense witnesses and what nexus they had to my theory of defense. Which
I ain't gonna lie though, his theory was far-fetched as hell. However, but I ain't gonna lie, we may have to look back at that because his whole defense was crazy. Like it implicated Drake, I guess shooter, man, listen, that theory was, but from a judge standpoint, I feel like the judge had to ask him to bring it home because that shit was crazy. The way he put it was like a storyline in a movie. The way he put it together,
I argued was inappropriate because at the end of the day, you're ordering me to give the state a blueprint of what my defense is going to be. But I was ordered to do it, and I did it. When prior to Mr. Onfroy, which I'll refer to him as X for this interview because his stage name was XXXTentacion, which was the victim in this case. Prior to him being murdered, he had posted on Instagram, if anybody kills me, I'm snitching right now, it's champagne poppy. I'm paraphrasing, but something to that effect, right? So imagine the decedent said prior to his death, if anybody kills me, it's champagne poppy, which is Drake's Instagram name. I laid out in extreme detail all of my defense witnesses list, which included.
Now, pause. For those who watch this trial, because I believe this trial was going on, if not at the same time as YNW MELLY or close. And I chose to cover YNW MELLY, if I remember correctly. It was a reason why I didn't do that. I think it was because it was close to YNW MELLY. Anyway, if I remember correctly, and y'all, truth team, correct me if I'm wrong, his theory added people, but it didn't take his client out of being involved. If I'm not mistaken. Y'all let me know. Do y'all remember that? Like he had this whole theory, like that Drake set it up and all that, but did he not like subtract his client? And I think that was the whole thing with him. Like to me, like you say, like Drake was involved and all that, but you are still saying your client is involved. That's probably where the ineffective counsel is gonna come from. Because like, bro, you're not even removing me from the situation. But I got the man. I'm about to pull the paperwork on that again because I done forgot. But I kind of think that's what it was. But let's see if he get into it.
Many rappers, because at the end of the day, the victim in this case was a rapper. He had feuds, ongoing public feuds with not only Drake, but a lot of rappers that are either signed to OVO or related to Drake in some way, including 600 Breezy, which is a Chicago-based rapper, and a rapper that's from Toronto by the name of, he goes by Top 5, which is Hassan Ali. And I had to lay that all out in detail. The court was fully aware of my theory of defense. Prior to that, I filed a motion to perpetuate the testimony of Livingston Allen, which goes by the name of DJ Academics, because DJ Academics was friends with X and had posted long YouTube, content regarding this beef. He actually posted YouTube.
That damn DJ Academics be on all the cases, okay? All the damn cases.
YouTube saying that he was on the phone with X discussing the issue and the beef that he had with Drake, and specifically X had either said or posted something about Drake's mom, and he had posted a picture of a Drake lookalike with semen on his face, and he wanted DJ Academics to post it on his own site, and he said, I'm not going to do that. And in that conversation, DJ Academics says that you better be careful because even though, like, and I'm paraphrasing again, even though he's not a gangster, you may be pushing him. As a reaction to that conversation, X goes and says that he takes it out off the post off of his website or off of IG, and he says that his Instagram was hacked. I laid that out in my motion to perpetuate the testimony, which a motion to perpetuate testimony is when you have a witness that is relevant to your defense and that lives beyond the jurisdictional limits of the court, and that you feel that you're not going to be able to bring them into court.
Yeah, it's starting to come back to me. Like I was saying, like he never brought this shit home. Like he was adding, when I say that witness list was crazy, he was adding everybody to the theory, but not taking away his client. Like that was wild to me.
So I'm basically asking the court to allow me to go to California or wherever I have to go, depose this individual, and now with his deposition, if he doesn't show up, I could use it in my defense or in my case in chief, right? So I did that, argued it to the court, and the court, in a reaction, basically said, I'm not going to grant your motion to perpetuate testimony. Just take his depo. Let's just take it. So, okay, fine. I set a notice of hearing, went and served Drake in his castle in Beverly Hills.
There's something that you mentioned, and I want to talk about this. So first of all, there was this deposition that was taken of XXXTentacion's mother, Cleopatra Bernard. She testified that Onfroy had this ongoing feud with Mr. Graham, Aubrey Graham, Drake. She said this feud with Graham included throwing shots at Onfroy and lyrics from one of Graham's songs. You mentioned that controversial statement that he made, if anyone tries to kill me, it was Champagne Poppy. The question I want to start with as we get into the Drake conversation, were you arguing, or his appellate attorneys arguing that Drake was a part of this killing, that he was the one who did this, or are you arguing that it should have just been allowed, you should have been allowed to present evidence to suggest there were other potential leads that law enforcement really didn't look at into this case? So again, what are exactly we suggesting? Are you suggesting that Drake had a part in it, or
Good question, because I'm wondering the same thing. I kind of feel like for the appeals process, it's going to be ineffective counsel, and it's going to be like that he didn't do all he could to get these things done. But I don't know. I hope he answered it clear and not with that roundabout shit lawyers be doing sometimes.
that just it wasn't looked into and it shows a sloppy investigation and not a fair trial?
Well, in the brief and in what I was arguing in court is the latter. We are a defendant has every right to defend himself and to show reasonable doubt wherever it may be, and to fully investigate and articulate to a jury an alternate shooter defense or an alternate, a defense where someone else, committed this crime. Am I going to sit here and tell you that Drake was holding a gun or Drake? But the facts as they are stated by X's own mother is that she knew about the beef with Drake and with Migos. She knew about the violence between Migos and her son, where there was a violent episode. She knew about 600 Breezy, which is a known admitted gang member from Chicago, going to South Florida and posting on social media saying that he's blicked up, which means that I have a gun, and she was concerned about it. She testified in the depot that she discussed it with her son. She testified that the reason that she wanted additional security with him the day he died was because of this beef with Migos and everything that we're discussing. So
hold on, Paul. That was another thing. I'm telling you, it's starting to come back to me. That was another thing. Like, you talking about security, son? Your baby dad is somebody with flip-flops on. He wasn't even paying attention to be security. I never understood that part. Like,
it was relevant, and for many months during the trial, January, February, even February 7th of 2023, the judge is agreeing with me. Okay, now there comes a moment and a hearing. He goes ahead and Drake hires after the judge enters a rule to show cause, basically saying a purge date. You have to appear for depo on this day, or I'm going to do a writ of bodily attachment. He then goes and hires Brad Cohen, a friend of the show, friend of mine as well, an excellent attorney. And Brad files several motion to quash the subpoena, and he files a motion for protective order. We go back and forth, and the judge says, and the first time that Brad shows up to court, he says, you know what, I'm gonna quash the rule to show cause. He's hired counsel. You guys can communicate and figure out when this step was gonna happen. Okay, so we go back and forth. We can't agree to it for various reasons, and I'm not going to get into settlement negotiations
Sure.
on the show, but we can't agree. We go into court February 24th, I believe, on his motions. At that time, James Beard, which is the process server that served Drake, appeared as a witness, and I wanted to show video that he took of the actual attempted service, where it shows Drake's bodyguards or the people that are in front of his house refusing to cooperate. It showed one of Drake's employees kicking the subpoena down the road that leads to his mansion, and the judge didn't allow me to show that. Despite not allowing me to put forth that evidence, the judge did a 180 from telling me to figure it out, coordinate it, take the depo, did a 180, told me, why are you involving him? Granted the motion for protective order, granted the motion to quash my subpoena, allowed Mr. Cohen to argue California law without having a California expert there, and basically kind of
Yeah, I might skip all that because I'm like, the more he was talking, I was like, nah, I remember why I ain't watched the trial, because I was just like, dude, it's just reaching.
Research revealed photos of Mr. Graham throwing the same gang signs as Allen. And Allen is that accomplice who I mentioned before, who testified against his co-defendants. But Cruz also revealed that people who knew Drake were allegedly seen in XXXTentacion's neighborhood threatening him before he died. The brief reads, social media posts showed these same known Graham associates were seen in Onfroy's neighborhood threatening him just prior to the murder. And then they say even more revealing is this connection that Cruz made to Drake's song lyrics, because shortly after XXX was killed, the brief writes, Mr. Graham released a song entitled XXX with suspicious lyrics. SMS XXX, that's the only time I shot below the neck. And Dr. Cruz found another connection between the murder and Drake's lyrics in the song I'm Upset. The song I'm Upset contains lyrics regarding Louis bags for body bags, the implication there being that Drake was referencing murder. But ultimately, Cruz was completely excluded from the trial, and the jury did not hear any of his findings. Mauricio, I have that right. And can you can you emphasize that a little bit more? Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yes. Okay. So Dr. De La Cruz did proffer to the court everything that you've stated regarding the song.
This is why I say, because the new prosecutor on the YNW MELLY case is the same prosecutor from this case, this trial, and everyone like she did her. Dude here just was. Hold on, y'all. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Hey, can you hold on? Give me one second. Let me mute my own live real quick. All right, I'm back, y'all. So, and what was I? Yeah, so I was like, in this case, she really had it handed to her, like, for real, because this lawyer right here was all over the place with his theory. We're gonna skip past that too, because he never brought the shit home. He was just, let me see what.
And that was before the court struck him. So whatever the reasons may have existed, the moment that state attorney opens up their mouth and says that, now he's really at issue, because now
you're opening the door. You're opening the door to that coming in.
Yes. And
so in a nutshell, what I'm taking from it now, again, this is his trial lawyer, not the appellate lawyer, right? They're gonna say, I see the play. They're gonna say this guy didn't do a good job, and I agree, he didn't. They're gonna use that the court violated his constitutional right by not allowing him to put on the defense that he needed, to, like, damn, what's the word? I'm lost for words right now. But anyway, like, he wasn't able to actually put on a good defense based on that. And that's how he's going to try to get the appeal. Let me see. If Law and Cracker, we may have to run that back. If we don't have a trial to watch, we may have to run that back and rewatch the trial. Well, for me, it will be my first time watching it. But I may need to watch that again because I don't know if he's gonna have a. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna have a leg to stand on with it, but we'll see. Let's see. They didn't stream it. Did they stream it? Yeah, they streamed it. Yeah. So we may have to run that back and watch the trial. Not tonight. I'm not prepared to watch the trial. But yeah, I'm gonna put that on my. Let me write it down. I'm gonna write that down. We're gonna rewatch the XXXTentacion trial. Yeah, it was around the time that MELLY trial was going on. I see why I didn't watch it. But yeah, we're gonna rewatch that. But I will say, like I said, the defendant been saying that Drake was involved, but my whole thing was they never proved, like, even if he was, even if, right, he was, how the world does that exclude your client? And that's why I feel like they was trying to run a play by saying, hey, Drake was involved, let me go get this big time artist, right? Or let me go get this big time YouTube, blogger media person, knowing it was going to be an uphill battle. And then they decide they're not able to use it, saying they reach it. I think it was a play from the start. And it might be a good play, but we'll find out when we rewatch it. While we're down in Broward County, because remember, this case and the YNW MELLY case happened in the same county. All right, so YNW MELLY. Remember, I made a video the other day where YNW MELLY team filed a federal case against the Broward County Sheriff's Department. And they had until December 6th, right, to respond as to why YNW MELLY should not be released. Well, they have since responded. However, they didn't respond with why he should not be released, but they responded with they need more time. And me personally, I feel like that's out of bounds because they should have had it by now. I'm just gonna be real. They should have had it by now. Damn, I keep forgetting. They should have had that answer. They'd have had them in there for 5 years. But as of right now, we probably won't get an answer to that till next week sometime due to the holiday. But yeah, the Broward County Sheriff's Office is asking for more time to make their reply as to why YNW MELLY should not be released. Okay, so we'll be following that to find out what that's going on with that. So we're gonna talk about XXXTentacion, we're gonna talk about MELLY. Lil Durk should be going to court in a week, I believe. I said, what the fuck? In about a week. I think it was like December 5th, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Yeah. So we'll find out more about what's going on with that situation, if he will get bond. Like I said, I don't think so, unless his lawyers come with a strong defense as to why he's not a flight risk and a clear explanation to why he had 3 flights booked. Okay. As far as YSL, like I said in my last video about them, jury is out until Monday. Okay. Come Monday, it's back on the trial watch. I won't be streaming. I said I was gonna do that the trial watch, the verdict watch, but I have to be out and about Monday, so I won't be able to. So if a verdict is not reached on Monday, I'll go live on Tuesday and we'll chop it up. What else I had going on today that I wanted to react to? Like I said, it was a spare of the moment to get on live. Oh, so all right. We're about to get off the type of content I will normally do because I want to do a reaction to something. So I spoke on this like a while ago, right? When we was just, I think when we was watching YNW MELLY Verdict Watch, I told y'all about the child that went missing, and I thought it was like 5 years ago. It was 13 years ago. And they did a update. The story is crazy. Here, Columbia, South Carolina. This was Columbia, South Carolina. Now I didn't realize it was 45 minutes long, but we're gonna watch some of it. Because I actually want to know what they came up with since then. So let me pull it up here. All right, and it's called Unforgotten South Carolina. Where is Amir Jennings? Okay, check it out. I don't make it through this whole thing. Let me just give you a little bit of backstory about the mom. So the little boy mom done been to prison. She got convicted, not of like murder or nothing like that. She got convicted. What did she get convicted? I can't remember what she got convicted of. But it was like neglecting a child or something. She got convicted, was pregnant when she got convicted, had a baby while she was in prison, okay? And she's out today and still hasn't said what this child is. It's crazy. Okay? Still has not said what this child is. Y'all was like that she sold them to somebody in Atlanta or somewhere. Because like when they tracked her like whereabouts and stuff, she had to travel to Atlanta. The kicker is they found like blood and stuff in her trunk of her car. Like this story was crazy. Okay. So when I saw that they did an update special on it, I was like, yo, I didn't even realize it was 13 years ago. But this was a massive story here, like for real. And again, the chick is out walking around. Like you can go in a grocery store and probably run into her. Like the shit is crazy. And she has yet to say anything like about what her son is. Y'all, I wish I was in the trials back then. I hadn't made it to that point in my life yet. Again, I was like 21, 22 at this point. But I would have definitely wanted to be there to witness this trial because this is crazy. So I said earlier, I knew it was something with a child. So basically, she got 10 years for unlawful conduct towards a child. Okay, 10 years. Unlawful conduct towards a child. So, all right, let's finish it out. Change. No, she like made up, I guess, like another person that was supposed to be in the daddy's name to the police. But the guy that's on the stand, the Mitchell guy, that's supposed to be the actual father. But she gave the police like another dude that said that was the father. So, yeah, she has some. I think the girl might have some mental issues. Like, I don't know. But to this day now, again, y'all, she home. Like I guess they about to get into it, but yeah, she's home. Like she's free, and still ain't said what her child did. To come to that conclusion, hey, like I said, I didn't, to my understanding, when I had my daughter, hell, I don't even think postpartum was really a conversation they was having. So I can't say if I really experienced it or not, but to my understanding, I didn't. But if you are, or you don't know if you are, just talk to your doctor, man, because this is wild. Like, this is wild. It took something to happen to the child for them to even consider that she was suffering through some type of postpartum or whatever type of situation. Like, y'all know medical is not my field of expertise, okay? But yeah, that's why you gonna alert her OBGYN. Like, I don't be on some real stuff. Like, how, like, I don't know. And again, I'm here in South Carolina, let alone in Columbia. And I went through a situation with my dad trying to get medical treatment for him one time. And I had to go through every hoop, loop, everything like that. Because they be like, if a person is not at that time a danger to themselves, they're not about to do anything. So, like, I get she's just an expert in general. But, like, as far as here, even if her mom or somebody realized something was wrong, if she wasn't doing something that's a danger at that time, they wasn't gonna do shit. So they gonna have to come up with like a better solution to like how to handle that, because maybe this baby wouldn't be missing right now. But yeah, they wouldn't have did nothing unless they literally found her abusing that child at that time or trying to harm herself. They would have been like, Are you okay? You need to go to the hospital. And if she would have said no, it would have been like, okay. Like for real. Okay, pause. And I do not want to sound insensitive right now, but like this is the girl, the mom's mom. Like, bro, you ain't know your daughter needed help, like even before the baby, because I don't know, I'm kind of having a hard time to grasp that just because this girl had a baby that she snapped to that extent. I'm just saying, I could be wrong, because like I said, personally, I never experienced it. My daughter experienced it to a certain extent, and I probably was insensitive to her, but we definitely, monitored the situation. But like, I just don't know, because that shit just going from 0 to 100 like that, and now the child is still missing. It's just, I'm kind of taken back by it. Not blaming her, but I just like, you didn't see anything beforehand, nothing.
She could have been.
Yo. Like, how you get startled like that when you gonna get escorted in? Shit.
Getting some help.
I'm glad his ass out of there. Okay, little side note. This used to be the chief of police for the city of Columbia, right? They found him, was it in his house? Basically, he was on drugs real bad. So he's no longer the chief of police. But I remember when that scandal broke. Okay, that was definitely some shit. Oh wow. Oh wow. Totally. If that's what he actually looked like today, I wouldn't have thought that's still the same baby. Oh wow.
That child could be my family. Yes.
Like, where is the chick now? All right, we're gonna skip past some of this.
Between mom and dad, different facial.
That's crazy.
I think I know this child, and then of course.
Into Amir. The police department sort of felt at one time, as a lawyer, I had a responsibility to find the child. And I made it very clear to them that that's your responsibility to find the child. My responsibility is to represent Cena.
Oh, that's how you know. That's old school lawyer. Like,
The problem was they were always blaming Zena as opposed to looking for Amir. And had
and I don't think they're gonna get into it. All right, so boom, that's pretty much, y'all go check it out in full. Kind of I skipped through some of it, but yeah, I remember that story playing out in real time. Yeah, that's crazy. Let me see, is there anything else I want to do? Woo! Starting to get sleepy, y'all. It was a body cam video I had wanted to watch, but we might do that another day this week because I'm already yarning. But I did want to watch that because, let me see though, is it a short one? Is a short one? Short one? No, I think all the ones I want to watch is like 20 minutes. All right. So what I'm gonna do in December, y'all, for my weekend live, and again, it'll range from Saturday or Sunday, just depending on what I got going on. We're gonna start reacting to body cam footage of cases that's not my typical cases, like not like entertainment rappers and stuff, but like actual just day-to-day type body cam footage. It's kind of old. Most of y'all may have watched it already, but I was supposed to do it a long time ago and I just never got to it. And to be honest, it's in Florida, so yeah, I already know how I go with the Florida cases. It's gonna be easier to do those. So yeah, this is the one. Hold on. This one right here. We're gonna watch that one. Like I said, I was supposed to do it a long time ago. This a month old. That's how long ago I said I was gonna do it and didn't get around to it. I looked up the actual case and it's still ongoing, so they haven't even went to trial yet. But yeah, we're gonna start watching interrogations, body count footage, stuff like that on the weekends. And I'll just do my regular 1-2 during the week for videos. I will be going live. Like I said, I'm gonna be going live on the weekends. For the most part, I'll try to give y'all a weekday live, but I'm trying to aim to just on the weekend because starting January 1st, I will not be going live for a minute. I know, y'all, but I will not be going live starting January 1st for a couple months. Because I told y'all I'm about to start doing PR for different artists, and I have to transition into that role. So going live, unless I can squeeze it in, okay? Now, unless I can just pop in and do it, but as far as how I'm setting up my schedule, lives ain't gonna be in it because I still got to drop content videos, okay? So for the first part of probably first quarter of 2025, I won't be doing lives. My goal is to do my last live on New Year's Eve. But we'll see how it goes. But I'm just letting y'all know I'll still be doing content, but just not live like that. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna rock out this month. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here because I'm getting sleepy. Been a long day. I hope y'all enjoy y'all Saturday night. Be safe if you're out in these streets, okay? And if you're at home, watch a good movie because I'm about to get on my Switch, okay? I just downloaded a new game and I'm about to play that for the rest of the night inside TK. Oh, okay. And y'all know everything that we discussed on this live is my opinion, and y'all know how I feel about my opinion. And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what? I'm like, fuck, yeah. Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot because my slots be filling up fast.